I think Steve Marcus is motivated by a variety of things, but ultimately in the end, there's definitely something that is inside of him that comes, I think, from the culture, the willingness and the spirit to collaborate and to give back. It all just comes so naturally from Steve.
There's an old joke in the family, which my dad has told us, and he used to say about himself, but we came to the attention of senior management at a young age. So
the ability to make a difference and to leave your mark and your fingerprint on the city, it's really an amazing opportunity.
We've had great opportunities, but with opportunity comes responsibility, and we've learned from our father about embracing responsibility. And he's been a great mentor and leader and exemplar of how to conduct yourself in a community like Milwaukee.
We are in our second year of Sculpture Milwaukee, and it is a free outdoor exhibition that engages the community in enjoying and learning more about public sculpture and public art. It really is Steve Marcus's concept. And when he brought it to a really wide variety group of leadership in Milwaukee, you could just see the passion that Steve had for Sculpture Milwaukee. And I remember Steve saying, "Geez, it really took a lot of people to get this done." It was really nothing short of a miracle.
Well, I would have to say that my parents really were the most influential in my life. They were always very involved in community and things that they felt would better the community. And I saw how much pleasure they got out of doing it. Even though it was hard work, they felt good about doing it. It sort of incentivized me and encouraged me to do similar things. There are a lot of good things that are happening. And many of those things, in all honesty, because I was lucky enough to play a role on the Greater Milwaukee Foundation for a period of time, many of those things have been made possible by people who have felt that they wanted to leave a lasting impact on Milwaukee and on the Greater Milwaukee area. And they did it by putting funds with the Greater Milwaukee Foundation that are everlasting.
John and I met Steve probably 30, 40 years ago when he and Fred Caston, several years ago, co-chaired the United Way campaign. The theme was superheroes. And so who could better play this role than the two of them? They were to be Superman as they were going around town asking for money. So they had their S on their sweatshirts, and they had their capes. And it got picked up by television. And so the phones were ringing all around town. What are Steve and Fred doing? And they were such good sports. They were simply trying to raise awareness and encourage people to support United Way because it gives back to people, and that was their way of encouraging people to support some of the needs in this community.
When did I think my dad was cool? I'll never forget. I was about 16 years old, 15 years old, and we walked into the Pfister. And I look coming down the grand stairwell of the Pfister. Who's coming down the stairs? It's Al Jarreau. Now, immediately I'm thinking, Al Jarreau? What is Al Jarreau doing in the Pfister? I didn't really know the whole story of Al Jarreau. And now Al looks at my dad and Steve, and my dad's like, Al, and they're embracing in the lobby of the Pfister, and I'm thinking, what is the coolest guy that I can think of hugging the most uncool guy that I can think of? And that's when I realized my dad was just a little less uncool than I thought he was.
I think my dad is driven by coming up with an idea and seeing it through to reality. And whether it was with Summerfest and the idea of bringing in local restaurants and building real stages. He had these simple ideas and he stuck with them, and they changed reality. And he's done that with the Mecca floor and bringing in a world-class artist. And he's doing it now, in his current form with Sculpture Milwaukee. And I think Sculpture Milwaukee is a perfect, testimony to his legacy.
I have often felt that it's very important that people in a community have places where they can come together. And so whether it's a Summerfest, or whether it's a basketball arena, or a Sculpture Milwaukee where there's sculptures on the street, and it's sort of fun to watch that interaction happen sort of in front of your very eyes. As I say, whether it's the symphony or the rep or the ballet, They all involve people coming together and exchanging ideas and having fun together.